The timing isn't right to move out, but you got $1,000 and it's time to go. So what do?
Hey, I'm Alex.
And I'm Philip.
And we teach you what you need to know about your personal finances using words you can understand without boring you to death.
Because adulting shouldn't suck. If you're new to this channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button. In the comments below, let us know if you've had any friends or family in this situation and let us know what they did. If you're stuck in a situation where you got to move out and you only have $1,000, we feel for you because this is not going to be an easy process. But if you're in a situation where you just want to move out, but you don't have to, we'd recommend that you stay where you're at, save up a little money, get your finances in order, and then move out once you're ready.
All right, so if you've watched any of our other videos, then you've definitely heard us say this about moving out. You're going to want to have at least 3 times the amount of expenses saved up before you move out. So, for example, if your rent is $1,000, you're going to want to have at least $3,000 saved up before you move out. And that's not even including other expenses like food, transportation, power, all that other stuff.
It's no secret. Moving out for the first time is expensive. I mean, you got all this new stuff that you're going to have to get. You're going to have to pay for a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, here's just some of the basics. You're going to have to pay $50 for the rental application fee, $300 to $1,500 for a security deposit, $300 to $1,500 for the first month's rent. And then you got $50 to $150 for your power connection fees. I mean, and this is just the basic. That's $700 to $3,200 just to get the keys in your hands. I mean, this doesn't even include the stuff that you need to have for your apartment when you're moving in, like a shower curtain or a garbage can, or that type of stuff. So it's expensive. It's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, we know that life isn't always rainbows and unicorns like people like to pretend on Instagram or social media, because that's not real life for most people. And sometimes you just got to get out. And if you're in a spot where you have unhealthy relationships, where you're in a toxic environment, where there's other hardships that are just totally worth you taking a gamble and risking everything and moving out early before you're ready, sometimes you have to. And that's why we made this video.
If you're in a situation that allows it, you should try and couch surf on your friends' couches for a little bit before, you make that big old commitment to move out before you're ready. What you need to do is take the time, find where you want to live, find out how much it's going to cost you to get those keys in your hands. And then once you figure that out, you need to sit down and budget. You need to figure out how much money you have, how much money you need, and how long it's going to take you to get there with your job.
If you're moving out, or you're, couch surfing on your buddy's couch or whatever, or your parents' couch, you had to move back in somewhere, your friend's house, whatever, let them know up front how much time you're going to need in order to save up money to get out. Let them know you have a plan, right? Hey, I need 2 weeks or I need 2 months. But be upfront and be honest with them and let them know, and don't just take it day by day. People want to know that you're not a bum just living on their couch forever, right? Let them know, hey, I need 2 months. Here's my plan. Here's how much money I got to save up, and then I can peace out. And I really appreciate your help.
Another great option, finding a place with an empty room in someone's house or apartment. I mean, this is great. It's great for you. It's not so great for the person with an empty house, or an empty room, because, people get out of roommate situations all the time. People get into relationships. People get different jobs. People get accepted to colleges that they've been applying for. Something happens where the roommate situation stops. And now the one roommate that had a roommate doesn't have a roommate, and they got an empty room, and now they need you to rent it out. So you should look for them.
It's actually a great option. I did it pretty much all throughout college, and I didn't have a whole lot of money, and it was great for me because I could just rent a room, and I didn't have to furnish the place. I didn't have to have my own furniture or kitchenware. I didn't have to pay a security deposit or pay to turn on the internet or any of that stuff.
Yeah, just had to take over the room. It's great, like we said. So get on Craigslist, look on Facebook, talk to your coworkers, talk to your family or friends, and see who's got a room that they're trying to rent out. It can save you some money.
If that option doesn't work out for you, well, maybe you find somebody else who's in a similar situation as yourself and you be roommates together. But having a roommate isn't always great. I mean, sometimes they're messy or they're irresponsible. They can be nasty. They can eat your food, right? Or sometimes having a roommate can leave you in a worse off situation than you were before. Like if they just stiff you and don't pay the bills, or peace out and never pay any bills.
Yeah, it's all true things. But on the flip side of the coin, having the right roommate could be great. You can inspire each other. You can motivate each other to do better things and accomplish goals faster than it would take you if you're to do them by yourself. you just got to remember that, I mean, picking the right roommate is a lot like picking a girlfriend or a boyfriend. You have to pick the right one. The little problems that might annoy you just a little bit in the beginning can turn into big problems later on down the road. And I mean, that type of stuff can ruin friendships or roommate-ships, or what would you call a roommate-ship?
Roommate-ship?
I don't know.
I
don't either.
Yeah.
New word, hashtag
Something.
roommate-ship.
Love Make it go viral. We both had roommates when we first moved out. I mean, we don't want you to think that roommates are a bad thing. They can be great, like he was saying. I've had great roommates, and I've had some freaking terrible roommates. And, you know, sometimes you do have to solve those little issues before they become huge issues. And that's just part of having roommates.
Yep. I mean, so like we said, you know, there's a lot of different things you can do to move out with $1,000. You know, most importantly, we would recommend, if you don't have to move, not to move. But if you do absolutely have to move, I mean, just make sure that you legitimately have to move for a reason that isn't yourself. You know, like, you know, you just can't stand the way that that person keeps looking at you every day. So you got to go, you know, or they blink too much or what have you. You know, silly stuff. Just make sure like you actually have to leave before you go jump out with $1,000. Okay. If you do, try to find a room that you can rent. It's probably going to be the best thing for you. In my personal situation, I've always worked harder when I was forced to, you know. So like if I actually had to do something, then that $1,000 I was going to make it work, and then I was going to work more money or work for more money to make my situation work for me. If you're that way, awesome. If you're not, you know,
You gonna learn.
you're going to learn one way or another, right? Yeah. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. In the comments below, let us know if you have any questions or recommendations.
And share this with your friends, especially if they're, you know, in a bad spot and need to move out and they got $1,000.
Oh, yeah.